What are you doing in here? I was just reading to Moni really quick. Isn't it like the middle of the night for you? Hi, Nomi. Hi, Lotus. Oh, thank you, Puzzled. Yeah, you haven't gone to bed yet. Do you have the day off work tomorrow? I'm giving you a hard time. Classified information. I know what that means. Well, you are an adult. I'm not going to harass you any more than that. Unless you're 3 toddlers in a trench coat. In a trench coat. Oh my goodness. I am going to be making these dots forever. I should at least start from the beginning of a song. I'm going to be making these dots for the rest of my life. I figured it out. I need to have 15 big dots and 10 small ones. So that's what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do. Oh no, I'm supposed to be wearing a flippin' onesie. Oh dear sweet baby Jeebus. I wore the cheetah onesie last time at the end, right? Or was it the lemur? It was the lemur. Oh my goodness. Ramona, go to bed, baby. I see there's a whole lot of shaking going on, literally, over in Amish's channel. Oh man, looks RC must really want him to cosplay me. He must really want him to cosplay me. I thought we were safe. Yeah, no. He I clipped it. Look, I think it's hilarious. I think it's going to be really funny, but I still also think it's not really like an accurate cosplay if he still has a beard, but I understand not wanting to shave. My husband had to shave a while back, and it was very strange to see him with a bare face. Hope everybody's good. I spent the entire day cleaning, doing yard work. I am thinking that I may need to do a very serious overhaul of the area where we have grown veggies up to this point. So I am thinking of ways that I can maybe even try and partition off that area of the yard so that animals, as in our pets, can't get in. Oh, we were just talking about you. Don't think I don't see what's going on over there. You really want that to happen, apparently, huh? Your generosity is so appreciated. Let me tell you. I don't care. It can be to troll. It can be for whatever reason. It can be to give him a hard time, me a hard time. I don't care. No, I'm good. Thank you. Thanks, RC. Thank you for all your amazing support. I appreciate you. Even when I'm like, but why? You had a classmate who shaved near the end of freshman year of college. They walked into your room and you went, what class are you in? And nearly fell over when you learned it was a shaved friend. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Naughty. I am sorry to hear that. I hope nobody was hurt. I hope there was no serious property damage. That is not fun. I'm glad that you are okay. All right, there's number 5. Yeah, you guys have been having some pretty crazy storms, huh? Man, I made it. I did let myself have 2 breaks to play like a couple rounds of Fortnite a piece. Like I think I only played 1 the first break. I can't remember. 1 or 2 matches at a time. Just like, okay, I'm going to sit down and play Fortnite for a minute. And I made it to like top 5 on one of them. And I got schmacked. You just got, wait, no injuries, a minor fix to a neighbor's fence, and a large dent in neighbor's yard. Oof, but no other damage. Okay, well, again, I'm glad you're all right, and there was nobody else hurt, but still, you know, storm damage, not fun to deal with. Hi, Smorf, how are ya? Hey, Cranston, how's it going? Yeah, Tony had a whole lot of shenaniganizing going on. Cool Tony, our friend, our pal Cool Tony today. That was pretty fun. Chat gets to vote for one of Tony's next charity tattoos, which is a very dangerous proposition. You couldn't let a 9.5 cosplay go unanswered. Ace is famous for putting the stuff you actually find entertaining at the end of his fundraising, right when everyone is like, I'm done for donos. You're behind on Fortnite, busy with 10K things. You know. Having to redo shading and adjust colors for your logo for printing. Well, you know, I mean, having to fiddle with those details can be kind of tough, but that's kind of half the fun, right? Your pun tattoo idea is not winning, Sage. My drama students told me I say that wrong and that it's Sage. Can anyone confirm or deny? I thought it was Sag. Why is it Sage? That makes no sense whatsoever. It does not follow the rules of English pronunciation. Hi, Cosplay Meg. What's up? How you doing? Sag like a badge. Yeah. So, isn't the idea that's winning Devin, aka the hot dish's face? Oh, man. Oh, my God. Too heckin' funny. I love this idea. Apparently, Devin's going to be joining me in Blapple for Fortnite, and we might have to rotate some other people in. Although, I thought of this. We need to play Fort with Chimera, so we might as well put Chimera and Blapple through the pain of playing Fort Dear heart, is that the idea? Oh, awesome. Awesome, Meg. Awesome. That's awesome. Good for you. Hey, and you know, I know that a lot of people, a lot of cosplayers put a lot of work into their stuff. So, yeah, it's like tough if, you know, for whatever reason you can't wear something that you've worked so hard on. Naughty, you stream on Mondays, right? You'll be live tomorrow, won't you? Can we get a fancy shout out for the Naughty Gnome? Also, I see what you did, Miro. I see who Jang rated out to, and I see what you did. Thank you. That's like how people say Lach Tools as Lach Tool, and creator of it, whose username is Lach, says Latch. So it's Latch Tool, not Lock Tool. I say Lach Tool. Hashtag blame Jang. It's very kind. And Mirror's amazing and totally deserves 100% of the support for the charity and for her channel. We love Mirror Mask Arts. Yes, as long as your power and internet holds out. Yeah, Smurf, we'll play some community games again. This would probably be like, unless one of them had to hop out for some reason, which in that case, you know, it would be no big deal at all. It's not like, oh my God, no, you have to stay for X hours. But if one of them needed to hop out and we wanted to keep going, then we might open it up. But this is like because of charity milestone stuff. But we'll do more. Kim and I were talking about doing community nights, community Fortnite. Oh, did I forget to turn on GiftBot? I sure as heck did. I don't have any of the bots on. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go into Stream Elements and turn all that stuff off. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh man, there's a bunch of stream readers commands in here. Oh, there's one. No! Wow. That's from the last Skinathon that we did, which will probably be the last one we ever do. And those do not exist. I mean, they do, but you can't have them. That's too funny. Here, just for old time's sake. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. Was that the Miro B heartbeat? Why not the hundo? Cause the long music. You asked for it. Hey. Should we make this the 100 sub bomb alert? You guys seem to be enjoying yourselves. Hey, I mean, it's a long alert. And it is fun. All right. Enough fun, back to work. Do not tempt the gnome. Yeah. My sister sent me this, Astro. My sister sent me this. Yeah, we watched a lot of Beavis and Butthead when we were in middle school and high school. Yeah. 1225 bits is the dun 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 dun. And eventually they get into like dun 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 dun. It's so funny. Maz likes that one a lot. Maz has pressed that button a couple of times. I had a blast in Astro's chat earlier today, and it is just delightful when I actually get the chance to hang out with you and like, and not have to just be like sort of half paying attention. You know, it's so hard. There's so many of you that broadcast, you know, either at the exact same time as me or during the witching hour, where like, you know, kids need to be winding down for bed, you know, after school, getting home, dinner. I would say homework, but they like don't have any anymore. Anyways. Or that maybe it would be more reasonable. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just hard. I wish I could be in all the places at all the times. Hi Petey, how's it going? I don't even know. In Mix It Up how to do that. Conditional. Learning all the special identifiers in Mix It Up is kind of a lot. Not user. Target user, streamer, arguments, random, stream and channel. Nah. So I didn't know this. Rhinoland, aka Pottery Dojo, is a moderator in the Mix It Up Discord. He has been using the bot for a really long time, and he does a lot of cool stuff with it. If you guys don't know his channel, I also got to hang out with him a lot today while I was doing laundry and cleaning and in the kitchen and cooking and stuff like that. Kalakimacho, thank you so much for, thank you for the raid. Thank you. Oh, how funny. There's going to be a lot of repeat bot commands until I clean this up. That's what we were doing, and I got distracted by old 100 skins and stream readers thing. Welcome in, readers. How's it going? I hope you had a great stream. Tell me what you were up to. If you've never been here before, hello. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. I am called 9.5 because I am missing half a finger on my right hand. A very bold restaurant coworker gave me this nickname many years ago. Thankfully for said coworker, I have an excellent sense of humor, and the nickname stuck, unlike the top half of my finger. Collect Metro, if you have a diamond painting for the DPAL 24, cool. Are you all doing the same diamond painting? I'm not familiar with this. Oh, wait. Is this the one that Pix is doing? It's space themed. Cool. Is Pix involved with this? I have no idea. Where are my... Okay. I never got a onesie on either. Sheepy and Casa. Okay. Yeah, Captain Casa and Black Sheep are heading it, but he might be doing it. I wouldn't be surprised. He's all over the place. He does everything. He does that all. Okay, if you want to, you get to pick these. I'm wearing the pop art, which are really fun. I wore those to the comic book shop yesterday. Purple Sparkle, Pumpkin Pin Dot, Skulls and Roses, Buffalo Plaid, Cheetah Spots, Arcade Maze, The Irises, Party Chicks, Coffee Beans, Batgirl, Mint Sparkle, 8-Bit Hearts, Rainbow Knit, and Cats and Yarn. Nomi, I don't know if they have gnomes. Not that I know of. That was terrible. I'll yeet myself out. I haven't seen gnome ones, but you know, I know somebody. I know someone. Straight to jail. I know somebody. Do you ever hang out with he's on Moko, Paul Pape Designs? Know me? Paul Pape Designs does custom ones. Oh, I do too. We know this. So Kalaki Matra, if you would like to, you can pick one of these toppers for me to wear for the rest of the stream because you were our first raiding party of the night. And we have a really cool raid video for you guys because we had a follower. So that means there's someone new here. It's already too late for you, but in case anyone else who's with you has never been here before, you should watch this before you think about hitting that button. I'm freaking out right now! I'm fangirling! You have no clothes on! No! Get supported, nerd! No flipping way. You didn't do it. Thank you for the dollar bills for the kiddos. Thank you so much, everybody. Ah! We talked about this. I mean, you can cook steak in a dryer, but do you want to? And when the fat renders off of the steak, does it create a fire hazard? I'm sorry, I'm a mother. I can't help but think about these things immediately. So this is a game to you guys, huh? What? She went so hard! There's people out here with reputations at stake. All right, Nomi, you get to pick. Thank you for the raid. Go get some rest, please. Go take good care of yourself. Thank you for bringing people by. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your time zone. Definitely go get some sleep. Was that like stream induced or... I hope everything's okay. Buffalo plaid. Cool. I wish they had more... they had a blue gingham. They had a blue gingham. I wish they had more more choices for plaid that weren't Christmas themed. Not that I have a problem with Christmas. I don't. You worked 12 hours, then came home to stream for 6 hours. Oh my gosh. Yes. Please go get some good sleeps. Thank you. I will do my best not to make too many crazy fart noises, but I cannot say the same for chat. Nine command needs to be undoubled. See, this is so frustrating. It's like, okay. We can delete that one. You beat the boss in the map in Stream Readers, which you're super new to. That's really funny. We were just talking about that. Puzzled. Have a great night. Exclamation point 9 days for Puzzled as well. Sleep well. Well, okay. So yes, I do need to do that. Except, you know, in certain instances, it's good to have a bunch of these commands backed up, if you will. Like, really what I want to do is part the bot from the channel. But I have a bunch, I have stuff just half in one place and half in the other. Because that's, you know, that's how I do things. And a bunch of them are really old, so I should just be deleting them. But the mods can't add or remove or edit commands in Mix It Up, but they can do that for commands in Stream Elements. And so it's kind of hard because I like having a bot where the mods can just do stuff to edit without me having to be the one to actually put it in or take it out or edit it, because they can just do it. I have a bunch of other stuff on Mix It Up. Mix It Up is supposedly going to introduce a cloud version, but I don't know if that'll be like automatically backed up from your PC version or not, or if they'll be separate like a lot of the other chatbots are. Hi, Ian. How are you? Oh, how close is he? Wow. Amish is awfully close to having to cosplay me. Pretty close. $110, something like that, yeah. There is a 2x match over there. What's up, Captain Fluffy Bubbles? How are you? Oh, Captain Fluffy Bubbles. I'm so indebted to you. Thank you so much for helping so many of our friends. I smell chaos. Thank you for helping so many of our friends do such awesome things for the kids. Thank you. Huge shout out to Captain Fluffy Bubbles. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Wow. Where's the link? Hand it over? You know what? Here. Listen. And you can ignore the fact that that says 2023. We do have a campaign, but I think there might be some people still on this list who haven't hit their goals. I mean, I'm not going to be upset if you do it here, of course. I am no longer doing any milestones for once in my life. Actually, this will be the second time. I'm leaving the campaign goal where it is. And we can be over. That's great. Fundraising goes to the end of the month. Captain Fluffy Bubbles, I super appreciate you. I'm not telling you not to do it. But those people's names that are in the chat right now, I'm not sure. You're sorry about what? Oh no. Help me. How far has Christina gotten? 18 days ago. This can't be right. Okay, here we go. Where's her broadcasts? Where's her past broadcasts? Does she not save them? Does she not save her VODs? 1819 last month? Huh. You woke up to good news and you don't think you can stop at 69, 69, 69. I do have an alert will play and there are some special ones. And I'll leave the special alerts up for this campaign through the end of the month. But mostly I'm leaving it there and not closing it completely because we do like community contributions for certain like support goals and stuff. Christina's at 50 out of 100. Oh, you don't anymore because you listen to music all the time. You can't yeah. Let's see if we can get crazy. I would really love to help people who are not at their goals yet. You know what I mean? Let me quickly grab our team. Okay, where is Captain Fluffy Bubbles? Thank you. Here. Thank you. That's so kind. Thank you for the $10 for Starlight Children's Foundation. Super sweet of you. I really appreciate it. That brings us to, what is it? Guys, we are $7,519.18 away from $100,000 raised on Tiltify. It's pretty wild. $10,026.66. This is a bop. Ati food dance, ati food dance, ati food dance. Hey, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for following. Rue, welcome back for 35 months. The kiddo's in bed right next door. I can't do rubber chicken squawks right now, but you know how much I love you. And thank you so much, Miro, for that 12-month gift sub for Ruru. I appreciate you. Yeah, here, let me find, I'm trying to find Christina's link. If someone else finds it first, that's fine. You know, I really do think it's important to try to, here we are, Christina's leather, I found it. Here's Christina's link. Trust me, I'm not against, you know, sending funds toward Starlight, obviously. I'm a Starlight ambassador. I love what they do. That's Christina's leathers. No, you are not. Are you really, Fluffy? Are you really going to do that? Oh my gosh. Really, Fluffy? Fluffy, you don't have to do all of them. Fluffy, I am so appreciative. So, Fluffy, I lost my finger when I was 4 years old. Thank God. I already have 3 kids. I don't need any more children, Fluffy. I'm good. All done. All done, babies. I lost this finger when I was 4, and I ended up hospitalized afterwards because of an infection. I ended up with a really bad infection, and I had to go back for like 2 weeks, and I was bored out of my mind. My parents said it was so hard. They would have to just come visit me. I was stuck there. And I had a nurse who was really patient and taught me how to make tissue paper flowers, and that kind of stuff was so helpful. I remember that, and not dragging an IV around with antibiotics in it, or being in pain still from my injury or any of that stuff. I don't remember any of that. I remember that nurse. I remember the doctors and nurses being so excited to see me again when I had to come back to visit another patient in the hospital, and all remembering me. I remember that stuff. I don't remember the bad stuff. Not like specifically. I do remember the accident, but I don't remember, you know, the bad stuff from being in the hospital, because they did the best job that they could. But anyways, that's why I love Starlight. That's why I fundraise for them. Oh, Christina's is done. I just looked up and it's done. That is so incredibly sweet. Look at this. We love this. Maybe, you know, if Christina's feeling like it, you know, maybe this might turn into, you know, if she's feeling like continuing. That is so sweet. Oh no, you got timed out. Don't any of you do it. Posting links to chat. No. Stop. I can read your minds. Posting links to chat is a sub perk.
Another one.
Get gifted. Okay.
Thank you for the sub.
9.5 gifted a tier 1 sub to Captain_Fluffy_Bubbles.
Now you can post links and it won't punish you. That's gonna be really awkward, and at the same time, it's for the kids. So you know what, RC? I say bring it on. When do the auctions close? You're heading to bed. You're on a job trail at Johnny's new job for a possible video editor and creative director. Oh my gosh.
Another one.
Thank you for the sub.
Literacy and 10 gifted a tier 1 sub to Kappa. They have given 147 gift subs in the channel.
Do you see what they do to me in here, Fluffy? You see what they do? Do you see?
Another one.
Thank you for the sub.
Literacy and 10 gifted a tier 1 sub to. They have given 148 gift subs in the channel.
Anyhow, any hoozle. We got Polychromatic Zebra. We got Mind Your Crafty Business. Now, this is a stretch goal for Jang. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ian. Thank you for the gift subs for Kappa and Kappa 2. No mini Kappa? I'm kidding. Please. It's okay. And Mind Your Crafty, I don't know if Mind Your Crafty if this is a stretch goal or not. So there is that to think about, you know. I know this person has not hit their original goal. I know this person, I can't remember if Gray was at 100 or not. No way, really? You did that for Becca? Fluffy, she's on our charity team. We have a charity team called Quirky Cluckers, which is how I do all my St. Jude stuff. So I fundraise with Stream Stars for Starlight, but we have our own charity team called Team Quirky Cluckers. And Becca set up a creative campaign, and someone from her community, maybe several someones, because it was done anonymously, they donated like $10,000 in like a day. Good night, Kalakimatra. Get some good sleeps. No, you are so awesome. Panda Art also is like just such a sweet person and has donated art here for our campaign. This is a stretch goal for Amir. Nabnia. I don't think Nabnia has hit an original goal just yet. Maybe. Hi, Unky. What's going on? Unky also donated some art, which is so cool. I love, you know, people getting to like own a piece of another. Look at this. You're gonna have to do it, dude. He's gonna have to do it. He's gonna have to cosplay me. Did you really? Was it fun? Did you enjoy yourself, Unky? I hope you enjoyed yourself. That is so sweet and so kind of you. No way, really? Can we get some FTKs, some yays, some hoorays? Can we get some emo spam? Can we get some hype in the chat? I know it's early in the stream and there's maybe not the usual sizable crowd that we have during the day, but all the hype for Captain Fluffy Bubbles. This is so incredibly sweet. That is so incredibly kind. Our team, which, I mean, it has 73 members, but there's 24 active campaigns. 24 active campaigns. $68,129.70. And there's a familiar name right here. Okay, so I am very, very thankful. I really appreciate it. And I know everyone else does too. And I thought about raising the goal again. I told Ian if we got 69,000 for Starlight, I would give him the Gasm emote. Oh no, I meant for me, because it's not gonna happen. And so I am setting that goal unreasonably high. And I will not actually put it in as a goal. Okay, BRB. BRB, calling my realtor. Get out. Get out of here. This is a really good friend of the stream who is a mod here and is amazing and is just the sweetest person. But I mean, I just got to say, like, I am so glad that Jang decided to fundraise for Starlight and to do it with us. I mean, I would be thrilled no matter what. No matter what. Whether he was doing it on his own or with a different team, it wouldn't matter. We're Team Starlight here. This is so much help for the kids. He has funded 4 in his community. His community has funded... No way! Fluffy, I can't tell you how much this means to me and to those people. I mean, you know. I'm pretty sure you know. So incredible. I got to hang out on Fluffy's stream. If you enjoy pet cams, you need to check it out. Please. Uh. Oh boy. Oh Lord. Oh my God. We have to cosplay each other. I knew it was gonna happen. He was like, oh, I don't know. Last night he's like, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I'm like, shut up. It's gonna happen. Ugh. Here. What else would it be, Ian? Hey, my name is Amish, and I'm gonna take 17 hours to build a 3-bag Lego set. He doesn't wear glasses. But I can't. I have to crochet a beard, you guys. Captain Fluffy Bubbles, you did that one as well? No way. Get out of here. You are so kind. Look at our team. Our team is almost to 69. Almost to 69K. No. You have done so much. So much. Thank you. Not a typo. That's a pretty funny joke, but seriously, this is, all of these numbers are awesome. All of these numbers, all the numbers that you see on all the teams, campaigns, they all add up to this number. And they also all, look at that. Look at him. Look at him go. Yes. Excellent. They all, somebody go over there and tell him I'm wearing my hat. Do I have to make a porg? Do I have to make a Tony? I have a pattern for a porg. Should I go get a green t-shirt? It is St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hi, Bex.
Just
Hello.
do it!
Anyway, yeah, that guy. Thank you so much. I really struggle with not wanting to push myself or my community too hard. I would be lying though if I said I didn't feel a tiny bit of like, well, should I be still pushing really hard for like the rest of the month? Like, I'm an ambassador and also I just really love this charity. I really love what they do, but I wanted to make sure that other people got to their goals. So you didn't have to do that here, but I am just so happy for the kids who that's going to help and their parents, because I'm a parent. Think a lot about the parents. Um, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And when you're little, that's just an eternity. And especially if there's other really, really hard things going on in your life, this kind of stuff can really get you through. You were 9 years old. You know, having a way to stay entertained, and they do a lot of really cool stuff. So like what you donated just now was over 12 custom hospital gowns, which is like a really big deal for a lot of the kids, because they are not with their familiar PJs, with their stuffies. Even if they are in a situation that's really tough, they probably have a belonging or 2 or 3, you know, if they're in a group home or something like that, that is meaningful to them at that place. And they have to leave all that stuff at home. And not having your own clothing is really hard. And also just no familiar faces. I mean, you get to know the nurses and the doctors after a while, but it's different. And my stay was only 2 weeks, but no matter what, it's hard because it's scary. But again, you remember the kindnesses and you remember the people who go out of their way to help you. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And I mean it. You've done wonderful things for so many people on our team. And it really, again, means a lot to me. I'm not officially like a captain of our team or anything like that, but I try my best to help our friends DJ and Blapple with any admin stuff if I can. So awesome. And I'm sure I think you've probably interacted with Starlight people in the streams, and they are just fabulous. They are really awesome. So thank you. The event has raised almost $115,000 in 17 days. Unky, are you heading out? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Well, just call me Amish.5. Jess! Hi, Jess. Hello, sweet friend. Jess is an awesome friend of the channel for a really long time who does a lot of farming sims, but who also has done charity as well and does Hat Not Hate and all kinds of cool stuff like that. How you doing, my dear? You don't look Amish. Oh, I'm going to do like... I mean, I could crochet the beard, but you guys know I have a theater degree, right? Fluffy, are you doing any charity stuff? I know you do. Did I see that you do Stack Up? Do you have any charity things coming up anytime soon? How was your stream, Jess? Please, everybody give Jess a follow. Awesome friend of the stream. Wait a second. Did you just donate to Mirror? Wow. I don't know if you know my friend. She doesn't stream anymore, but she used to do some stuff for Stack Up. Costume Karina. Goal met? No hecking way. Started in Stardew and then got conned into buying Supermarket Sim. Oh, I see a lot of people playing that. You do your own charity streams sometimes, but you're mostly focused on getting your charity stream team going and supporting them in their charity events. That's so awesome. Oh yeah, what's the name for your group? I forget, but I was chuckling at it. $69,824.70. Is this? It's over. We've gone over. Fluffy Legion. That's right. Fluffy Legion. I was like, oh my God. I just imagined like, that's crazy. Thank you so much. I need 15 of these stinking things. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm making Yoshi eggs for people who donated to our Starlight. I limited the amount of those. That's another thing I felt bad about. I was like, well, but like, what if someone else donates that? And then like, shouldn't I just go ahead and make them a Yoshi egg? But you guys are, I can't, I can't keep up with you. I can't keep up with you guys. You're so wonderful. You are too much and you're just right all at the same time. You broke it. It's okay. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I try, but you know, I worry. I don't want anyone to feel any less appreciated. You know, all of it is worthwhile and important. Including the energy of like being here and supporting when we're doing charity stuff. So I'm not sure. You know, my friend Mike from Canvas Monsters tagged me in a post by, does anyone remember Jenny Knits? Oh, thanks, Smurf. Right back at ya. You're still going to see. Jenny Knits was my first fiber artist streamer. Jenny Knits was the person who made me go, wait, what? You can just hang out and knit? A what? Eh? Huh? I thought I was supposed to get like be the best video gamer mom ever to ever live. I thought I had to get really good at video games. I can hang out and crochet and knit. Okay. Cool. Because Jenny Knits was a partner. And she makes these things called knitted knockers. There's actually also a crochet pattern for them for breast cancer survivors. She had to have a mastectomy. And a lot of the prosthetics they sell are not very comfortable. The rubber ones are not very comfortable. So she learned how to make these knitted knockers. And the I can't get over. Still can't get over it. I still can't get over it that you did that, Fluffy. Thank you. They have a Tiltify, and what I thought could be fun is if at some point, not anytime soon, but I just thought, oh, what if they have a Tiltify? And they do. You know, because I loved that Loose Ends project. That was a cool thing, but I don't think they have Tiltify, at least not yet. You need a new 6969 thing. So what was I gonna say? Oh my goodness. Brain. I thought it would be cool if we maybe did a thing, kind of taking a page from the Book of Brenda here. And we had a running like maybe even, how would we do this? I mean, I could just do it as a Quirky Cluckers. I mean, I mean, and you know, if anybody wanted to fundraise for them, of course we could make it into a team thing, but it's not like an official, like a campaign, or like, I should say not a campaign. It's not an event, but I thought it might be cool to do, like, because it's fiber arts related, and I have a friend who's a breast cancer survivor, and my neighbor across the street's a breast cancer survivor, and all that stuff. You're past it already. Oh no. Maybe do kind of like we do for Big Table, where we just have one open if people feel like it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I hope you're having a good evening. I don't really call people out by name until they talk. I quickly thank them and move on because I appreciate lurkers and I don't want anyone to feel pressured to talk in here. But of course, we would love it if you wanted to chat with us and tell us a little bit more about yourself. But, yeah. So the thing I thought was we could do that, or we could also do something where I actually do like a campaign for breast cancer awareness month. And every so many, very simple, super simple, no other redeems. Maybe some, you know, the fun typical alerts. You came from Captain Stream. Aw, wait a second. I didn't know you were live. Fluffy, I don't know if I know you well enough yet to hit the drama button. You you just when you do stuff like that, then you know I have to hit this button and go Captain Fluffy Bubbles. What's the deal? You put me on display in front of your whole audience. I don't even know. How could you do this, Captain Fluffy Bubbles? How could you blatantly promote me like this? Hello. Hello, Captain Fluffy Bubbles stream. It is I, 9.5. I'm called that because I'm missing half a finger. Get it? Zoom into the pores. Oh my god. No. We got to get to know each other a little bit better first. I say that all the time. It's a conduit. Well, look, we've done some pretty wild and amazing things over the 5 years that I've been streaming, and I'm just looking forward to many more years. I don't know what force in the universe pushed me towards this. Well, my husband downloaded Fortnite for our PS4. That's how it actually all started. Isn't that funny? So, I needed help with quests, and I found people playing video games and streaming. No, that's really awesome. It's very cool. Grady, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, we've done some pretty awesome things, particularly for a community of our size, honestly. Because I'm proud of us. We're mighty but small, and I know there's people who would be like, "You're not small," and I'm like, that's not a bad word. It's not a bad word. You know, I think there's this pressure on us to always be doing like more and more and more and more, and it's like, well, yeah, but what if some of us are just happy with things being great and that they don't have to go at breakneck speed all the time, you know? That it's okay to just enjoy things. Because I'll tell you, sometimes even though I still feel like it's breakneck speed around here sometimes. I don't. But that's kind of how it goes when you have 2 kids. 2 kids? Ooh, who am I leaving out? 3 kids, 2 cats, 3 dogs. They would all 3 of them be so offended right now. Who's the kid you forgot about? I'd be like, I don't know, draw straws. yeah, we are awfully close to $100,000 raised on Tiltify, and I'm very proud of our community. I am not going to assume that we will hit it this year because anything could happen. But I think we will probably hit 100K this year, and that's outrageous. A lot of that has gone to Starlight, and a lot of it has gone to St. Jude. We've also fundraised for ASPCA, crisistextline.org, and they help with a lot of mental health stuff. And like other crisis stuff. Like I can't talk because if I do, someone who's here might not like that very much, but I need help. Kind of stuff. Like domestic violence and things like that. Big Table does crisis intervention for restaurant workers. I was a restaurant worker for 25 years. More than that, technically speaking, but I waited tables for a good long while, and I've seen it firsthand. A lot of people in the hospitality industry have major issues, and they need long-term intervention and help and compassion. So it's been pretty awesome working with them. They all went behind my back and donated to them for my birthday, not this last year, but not this last birthday, but the birthday before that. Pretty awesome. So much bot spam. Dear God. Let me turn off that one from Stream Elements. Yeah, me too, Grady. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'm so fortunate, and you know, dude, to be honest, so like obviously I would have done whatever it takes to provide for my family, right? Because that's what we do. But hi Vivi, thank you for the lurk. No, Miro. So I would have continued to bartend and do whatever, but Twitch gave me a way to use the skills I had learned and the passion I had for performing and entertaining and improvisation, and I did a bunch of theater and went to school for theater. So it's been a pretty amazing opportunity. And I've said this just the other day, I don't know where else I would have been able to practice the craft of being an entertainer without giving up a lot of this sort of like spending time with my kids stuff. It is a pretty amazing feeling, Grady. It really is. And that was also a part of this that I couldn't have predicted. I will say, you know, some people cannot donate funds, right? But there's always ways that you can help. You can help people who are fundraising, and you can also go do things outside of your online communities if you're comfortable doing so. You know, volunteering at like a shelter, or finding out if there's an organization that serves you know, veterans near you. We lived in Colorado Springs for about a year, and it really broke my heart to see, you know, I know Fluffy does stuff with veterans, does stuff with Stack Up. It really broke my heart to see these veterans on the street and struggling, and many of them having major problems with substance abuse and all the stuff with PTSD, and it just seems like so horrible. Edge of scene detection alert. I knew it. You also happen to be a veteran with PTSD, insomnia, ADHD, and RA. Yeah. Thank you for your service. I know a lot of people feel like they can't reconcile saying those words with disagreeing with things that our government does. We're not going to talk politics. We're not going to talk politics. Blapple gets 9.5 minutes of no. Blapple's gonna freak out. Yeah, and it's really rough. And one of our team members also, one of our coordinators, has similar stuff, and it's, oh man, poor Blapple. Having to watch my read videos so many times. Oh my goodness. It's going to be hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. I just my perspective is it's very difficult for a lot of people to sometimes to not just want to be very like black and white about stuff when it comes to things like military service. It's inherently bad, and anyone that does it is wrong. I don't personally agree with that. And I think that it's actually, it can be very narrow-minded, and many of those people might very well agree with you who have served in the military about your criticisms of the government and what they were asked to do. And when you treat them poorly, just immediately, without giving them, without taking the time to get to know that individual, you do not allow for there to be a conversation where they get to express themselves about it. So it's important to me that we try to keep having conversations. I try to keep it lighthearted here, and that can be a really explosive topic, but I think it's important to support people when they come home. I also used to ride the bus that went to the VA hospital in Portland a lot. I rode that bus not to the hospital, but it was the bus that went to the hospital. And I rode it like every day for years. And it's really hard. You're like looking and going, well, doesn't look like they're getting the support they need. And I've heard a lot of people say VA hospitals are often not doing their job very well. Yes, I heard, hey, spirit music. What's going on? How long has spirit music been writing me a special song? Do. Oh man, poor Blapple. I feel bad for Blapple. I really did not expect us to hit $10,000 for Starlight after doing $1,500 for 1DF. And then, prior to that, we celebrated a year of partner and my birthday. And then we had just come off of doing St. Jude and Starlight. And I'm very thankful for you guys. Thank you for everything you do. Blapple's going to be mad, though. Chilling tonight. No writing of special songs. Yet. Well, Spirit, you let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. I actually... I have what I would describe as a passable singing voice. I can mostly sing on key. They love when I sing All I Want for Christmas. Really? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, that reminds me, we never did Captain Fluffy Bubbles. This says Peaches.
Nice.
It will have something to do with wanting a 69.5 bitties redeem.
Excellent. Very good. Good. I love it. Let's see. Come on. You're taking forever. Mix that up. Here we go. Are you guys ready?
This one is for my one and only true love, Princess Peach. Peach, you're so cool. And with that star, we're gonna rule. Peach, understand? I'm gonna love you till the very end.
Can we have a fancy shout out for spirit music, please?
Peaches, 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 I love you. Wow. Peaches, 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 I love you.
Speaking of charity, if Spirit gets partner on Twitch, which it looks like you're getting pretty darn close there, he's gonna donate some money to which organization in Canada, Spirit? A cancer organization. Oh my gosh, Karen, what are you doing on it? Almost 11 o'clock. Canadian Cancer Society. That's so awesome. I'm practicing for my Amishes cosplay. This raid is on fire. I used to make that joke all the time.
Yeah, I'm doing this is what I am doing.
Yeah, I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I love you. 29 months. That's crazy. I can't believe it. I've known Karen for a long time here on Twitch. We've been BFFs. We've been besties for a long time. So did you finish your St. Patrick's Day piece? It was so cute. I'm not even wearing green. I'm Irish. We have an exemption. It's been matched by another viewer as well. So you're at 1,000 already. That's so awesome. That's really cool. What a lovely way to celebrate something like that. Please, everybody, follow Karen, who is a pyrographer, also a musician, and one of the most incredibly kind and loving people that I have had the pleasure to meet through this platform or anywhere else for that matter. And I had the distinct pleasure of having her company at TwitchCon this last fall. It was pretty awesome. Thank you for the resub. I love you. Thank you for supporting what I do here in so many ways, including being subscribed. You're so awesome. Feeling pretty lovey-dovey tonight. You guys are supposed to stop that with all the emotions and junk. What's up, Ghost? Ghost is showing up in the frog onesie. I'm just going to do onesies tomorrow, you guys. I don't know. Wait, what's on the list? I guess I'll go do it. I might as cheetah, and then half an hour of cheetah, and then an hour each of pig, triceratops, St. Jude. Half an hour each of cheetah and chipmunk. I'm supposed to be practicing my Amishes cosplay. I love you. If you need to go eat or do anything, you know, self-care stuff, please. The new team total. Oh no. Oh no. just making sure we show everyone exactly how mature we are.
The undisputed rivalry pattern queen of Twitch, Burning Emerald.
What do you mean? Wait, what? What's going on? It wasn't you. You swear. I don't know what you're talking about. Help. Anyways, I'm wearing a chipmunk onesie. Thank you. Here. The hat is nice. I like the hat, but I'm gonna take it off. All right, what'd you do now? Did you make somebody else's day? Look at the goal though. 80084.2. Did you really? Awesome. This is awesome. Thank you so much. It's very kind. Yeah, no, it's Sailor Jupiter. He has to do Sailor Jupiter again. Did he hit 50K on Tiltify? That's awesome. One second. I need to go find out why my kiddo is up and walking around. I'll be right back.
Wow. Wow. Oh no. I've been rickrolled. You rickrolled me.
Oops, she did it again. She forgot to unmute, got lost in the game. Oh baby, baby.
We're no strangers to no. Ooh. I'm having it backwards! I'm having it backwards!
Yes.
That's right, get wrecked, Cancer!
Wait. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Clip this.
Buttsbot is not explainable. Your wife loves fart humor too, so you're used to it. This is for your wife. Please clip that and make sure you send it to her.
Well, looks like they're trying to talk him into some kind of other shenanigans. Good for you, dude. It is very easy to talk him into shenanigans, to be fair. I still owe you guys like chicken onesie, hot tub, crochet, outdoor Barbras, Toad cosplay karaoke now, Princess Peach baking stream. He already made it a new goal. He cannot help himself. He is coming for me, you guys. Look, it benefits the children. That's all I care about. Yeah, not like that though, Corin. You better not get too excited, because it's not what you think. Did someone say shenanigans? I just can't think of what else I could do for you guys, honestly. And I don't feel like it's right just to raise it. I don't know, but that's not necessarily so. They're still trying to get him to shave his beard. I mean, tattoo is something I've offered in the past, but I'm not really sure if that's actually a good idea. Yeah, don't make him shave his facial hair if he doesn't want to. Maybe a little tomfoolery. Permanent stuff is not advised. Now, okay, but RC, our friend, Cole Tony does tattoos for charity, but like has a whole arm and has a lot of tattoos and has a whole arm that is for her charity tattoos. And I think it's different if you've gotten tattoos for other reasons and you're like, yeah, getting tattoos doesn't freak me out. And I think they're fun and I like getting them and I love commemorating charity milestones and goals and stuff like that. I think that's cool. But I realized I was like, well, I don't want to be doing something like this for the very first time without it being like an idea I would have had on my own. Right. Yeah, Tony's very comfortable with the idea of getting tattoos, has no problem with it. These scissors are so sharp. Did you see that? I wasn't even trying to cut that off. These are the like, don't you touch them. Don't you take them anywhere near paper. And I've had them many years. Anyway. Like, I thought of like, okay, what Pokemon related thing could I offer up? But it's Mario. No, don't bother with that. No. Is he a glasses wearer? I mean, you can get them with clear lenses in them. He could just do, like, look, all right. Are we gonna go cosplay shopping for Amish? All right, we're gonna just stop everything we're doing for Amish. Oh, you could get them from Zenny for like $13. Look. 5 pairs cat eye glasses with rhinestones, Halloween. Like, You can get them on Amazon. He doesn't need to get... I appreciate that that might be you trying to support me. And I appreciate that, but don't feel like you got to do something like that for something he's going to wear once. Now, if any of you need glasses, please. I love my pair I wear. Check them out. They're awesome. I have 9 of these. I need 15. What's up, Mason? How you doing? Welcome in. Lovely to see you. Who says he's only going to cosplay me once? Somebody tried to tell me I needed to... Was it you, Ian? Who was it? No, it was Pix. Pix was like, you should... Who was it that said I should cosplay Toad? Princess Peach. No. What was the combo? Toad? Was it Pix? Why can't I remember the name of the Sailor Moon guy right now? Tuxedo Mask. Toad? Tuxedo Toad. That I should do Tuxedo Mask, but as Toad. But also throw some Princess Peach in there. How am I going to do... How would I do all that? Fartsedo Toad, yes. Mm-hmm. It is an interesting proposition. Hey, thanks for the raid. Welcome in, readers. How was your stream, Viara Kiranov? How was your stream? Thank you very much for raiding. Welcome in. Dono goal, Matt. You're done. Nomi, are you done like you're going to bed? You're going to crawl into bed feeling frustrated with your web browsers not working well with... I'm sorry to hear that. You should let them know that if there's a... You know, if you have the energy for that, Smorf. Let them know that you're having trouble working with their stuff with a certain browser. I'm pretty good. Bit tired now. What were you up to on stream? No, it's you? Oh, no. You met your dono goal. Wow, imagine all these goal setters out here. Nomi, you're amazing. Hello, how are you? Marine's Blood, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. You bring the chaos minion love with you. I love that. Yeah, there's very occasional chaos. In fact, since you're a first-time raider, chat, we need to show you this before you do anything else. You haven't followed. It's not too late. Please watch this video first. I beg of you. It's very important. I want you to make an informed decision.
I'm freaking out right now. I'm fangirling.
You have no clothes on. No.
Get supported, nerd.
No flipping way. You didn't do it.
Thank you for the dollar bills for the kiddos. Thank you so much, everybody. Ah!
We talked about this. I mean, you can cook steak in a dryer, but do you want to? And when the fat renders off of the steak, does it create a fire hazard? I'm sorry, I'm a mother. I can't help but think about these things immediately. So this is a game to you guys, huh?
What? You're doing so hard.
There's people out here with reputations at stake.
No, we haven't. Reputation's at stake. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Viara. I really do. You were playing some ESO. I have never played any of that franchise of games. When did you start playing that game? No, 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 no. Greensville, we do not cook salmon in the dishwasher. We do not prepare. Repeat after me, chat. We do not prepare our food in the dishwasher. That's very good. Viara, please tell Marine's Blood not to cook you salmon in the dishwasher. Okay? Please. I don't care how fun that sounds. Please, I swear. No cookies on the dashboard either. How are you going to make sure they stay the right temperature? You guys are a bunch of sweetie heads. No, Ghost. No. Yeah, no. It's a joke in here. I mean, we have look. Okay? All right. Okay. Force me to show you these things. And then people go, oh, yeah, that's right. That's a thing that exists. And then they go, oh, you know what? Maybe I could use one of those. And the next thing you know, they're gifting them to chat. And you're like, oh, great. Now people are going to be walking around using notebooks that have things on the back that say, have you tried salmon in the dishwasher? I bet you guys would probably, you would rather. Oh. When Ghost said 9, it's dangerous to go alone, I was like, right, Marine's Blood, because, you know, the steak itself doesn't have enough iron in it. Maybe it's a flat iron steak. You never know, could be a skirt steak. Perhaps a hanger steak? Thank you for the biddies. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you, Nomi. You see what I put up with around here, Viara? Thank you, Marine's Blood. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm just curious, what led you to read us tonight, if you don't mind sharing? And then if you need to get going because you're sleepy, you're hungry, you're thirsty, you're tired of sitting in front of a screen, please don't let us keep you. Please go take good care of yourself. Thank you so much for bringing your community over to meet us. But we also obviously would love to have you stay if you're feeling up to it. Quality example of not taking yourself seriously there. I don't know if I'm capable of that. Mostly it's just steel, rust, mill scale cast, etc. Not Fluffy watching steak videos on YT. Oh no. All right, this is what they're talking about. So this has become this big joke, right? My kid came downstairs one day. He says, Mom, did you know? Oh, thank you. That's so awesome. I am so happy to hear that. Really, honestly, we really love our lurkers. Thank you for that. It really is very helpful. And especially when we're doing charity stuff, it's super helpful. So one of my kids comes downstairs one day and he goes, hey, Mom, did you know that you can cook steak in a dryer? Fast forward several years to just after my birthday this year. And Nomi and Ian sent me a toy dryer. It's actually a combo washer dryer. I'll show you. And some play steak that I can put inside of it. Okay. And yeah, we're marinating. You gotta spin it. This is the spin cycle to get all the extra liquid out. Okay, that part's done. And then, you know, you gotta cook them. That's what this means, right? Oh, wait, that's a picture of a shirt. Why don't they have a picture of a steak on there? No. You reverse sear and you you sear the steak. With a really hot clothes iron. See, if I was a tattoo person, that's what I would dangle in front of y'all. I'd be like, I'll get a steak tattoo. I'll get a steak in the dryer tattoo. Not doing that. BT dubs. Just so you know. Something's wrong. I have messed this up somehow or other. And I feel like it might be really far back. And that kind of stinks. We're going to find out how many stitches we have when I go back to the beginning of the previous round. How you doing, Clockwork? It's so nice to see you. $23. How is that possible? 23. That can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 17. Yeah, I was wrong. Meaning I was right. For what? Oh, no. Wait, what? Did you just say 1K what? 1K what, Nomi? 1K what? No. I love you guys. I'll do all kinds of crazy things and we'll celebrate. No. I said 10K. I said 10K. 10K, and I will purchase an actual dryer and we will cook an actual steak in an actual dryer. But that's a lot of subs. Okay, let me just put it this. Let me put it this way. I would think you guys would be more excited. I might have to change the 2K. It's not fair to sign up for another life-size Pokemon. It's not fair to you guys for me to sign up for another life-size Pokemon when I haven't finished the Gengar. 5K sub points is the corner-to-corner blanket of the Pog emote. Because I hate that Pog emote. I hate it. I can't stand it. Terrible. I'm glad you guys like it. It doesn't matter what I like. 10,000 sub points is actual steak in the dryer. Let me just, we don't even need to talk about exact numbers. Okay? Let's just say we're not even a tenth of the way to that. Okay? We're not even a tenth of the way to that. To be fair, Blaziken is a lot of smaller shapes and shouldn't require 3 Joanne's worth of stuffing. It's 7 feet tall. Oh, I see what happened. Look at you. Tuna pops in. We're talking about Gengar and Tuna pops in. Tuna's like, I was here. I'm listening. I'm always listening for Gengar. Gengar's in Gengar's in timeout in my daughter's room. She's like, Mommy, why is Gengar in here? I need to finish baby Gengar. You heard Blaziken. Yeah. Why not Torchic then? I don't know. I feel like Torchic is so small. Is that worthy of a 2000 sub point redeem? Gengar was only 500, but that's because I never thought we would hit that. It's a lot of subs. When does the Starlight campaign end? Yes, the end of the month is when the event ends. We're chilling. We can accept donations and an alert will happen. And if people want special alerts, they can make some fun special alerts play with their donations. But the reason I don't have a donation goal bar, the reason I don't have an additional stretch goal, etc., is you guys have done a lot and I don't want anyone to feel like I'm asking for too much. October of 2021, Tuna. We figured it out. We're coming up on 3 years. Torchic is 1 foot 4 inches. Blaziken's only 6'3". I don't know about that. I think you might be wrong. Any detailed plush is worthy. If you're doing life sizes, they're mostly all bigger than a standard plush. 69 years. If I do a Blaziken, that's content for another 6 years. Weird. I could have sworn that I looked it up and it said something like 7 feet tall. I apologize. You were correct. I stand corrected. Huh. Mostly it's because it's a chicken Pokemon is the reason I chose it. Honestly, one of my very favorites that I think would make a super cute plushie is Stuffle. But probably not very big either. Yeah, 1 foot 8 inches, which I mean is still like that's still it's not tiny. You said how big is Torchic? I would give it away too. Here's the thing. I'm not giving away life sizes that are over 5-6 feet tall. It's too much work and they're too hard to ship. 1 foot 4 inches, 16 inches is extremely reasonable. Did I do anything with Pal World? No, I have not played any Pal World. Yeah, we're making Yoshi eggs. How's it going, Blue Eagle? Ucky Trash was here earlier, but I think he headed off to bed. No, there is no giveaway for life-size Gengar. There is no... 69,420 subs. If the team hits 100,000 by the end of the month, you'll get a tattoo of something related to the campaign. What is the smallest Pokemon? I don't know. I'll sell it for 5K and you have to pick it up. Yeah, right. Don't tempt Tuna. He does not live that far from me. A worthwhile adversary of a goal. Some of the songs on this playlist are a little too mellow. I don't mind mellow, but... Flababy, 4 inches. Ah. Holy cannoli. Sreem, thank you so much for the raid. W raid, as the children would say. I'm cool. I'm cool. I know all the hip lingo. You should see my drama students when I say stuff like that. They're like, don't do that. I'm like, oh, I will. Oh, man. I love to sit in front of them and go, on God, no cap. I say it all Shakespearean. Oh, they love it. They love it. No way. W rate and then a W subscription. Thank you, Katie Spills. Thank you very much.
Another one.
Thank you. That's so kind. It's really, really kind.
This
It's very
is the
kind.
first gift sub in the channel.
Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for supporting what we do here. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm 9.5, and I'm called that because I'm missing half a finger on my right hand. Yes. A very bold restaurant coworker gave me this nickname many years ago. Thankfully for said coworker, I have an excellent sense of humor, and the nickname stuck, unlike the top half of my finger. Good day, fellow kid with the cool words. Yes. Listen, we have a raid video for you. I would be remiss if I didn't show it. A couple of you, it's too late for you already, okay? Talon, Nashta, Kate Z, you guys are screwed. You already followed. There's no hope for you. The rest of you, I think you should watch this first. Please.
Another one.
Ian, thank you. Watch the video first, God. Don't rope them into hanging out here, Ian. Let them watch the video.
Subs in the channel.
Freaking out right now. I'm fangirling. You have no clothes on. No. Get supported, nerd. No flipping way. You didn't do it. Thank you for the dollar bills for the kiddos. Thank you so much, everybody. We talked about this. I mean, you can cook steak in a dryer, but do you want to? And when the fat renders off of the steak, does it create a fire hazard? I'm sorry, I'm a mother. I can't help but think about these things immediately. So this is a game to you guys, huh? What? She was so hard! There's people out here with reputations at stake.
All right. Thank you guys for starting the hype train. And I'm sorry because your alerts are hidden behind the video. I like to give the video the space it deserves. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Kate, you don't regret your decision. You don't regret your decision. Excellent. up to on stream? Stream is a fellow Women's Guild member. Thank you very much for rating someone else from the Women's Guild. Happy Women's History Month. Earlier in the month, we raised $1,500 for 1000 Dreams Fund. I am a former 1000 Dreams Fund broadcast her grant recipient. I'm actually a moderator for the Twitch channel and the Discord. And not that I do anything like to help all that often. They'll call me in occasionally when they need extra help for an event. Why are you donating $6.69, you nerd?
Kappa.
It was really good. Why did that happen? I'll play it for you again. I don't know why that happened. I'll play it for you again. God, why do you have to show them stuff like this? Why? He's showing you all the bad things. I'll play it for you again. It was really good. Anyways, I'm trying to welcome in our guests, and you are distracting me and everybody else with Mochi Gate. We love women. You played some marbles and Supermarket Simulator. Do you like Supermarket Simulator? Is it fun? Are you enjoying that game? Show of hands, Streams chat. Who's tried Supermarket Simulator? What do you like about it? We've done Power Wash Simulator here. I did a little lawnmower knot simulator earlier today. Oh, don't apologize, Calvin. We always say this, and I really mean it. IRL before URL. Please go get some good sleeps. We have a nice little command here. Yeah, we'll nerf you. We'll nerf you. You're new, so you're going to get a pass this time. You need to play Supermarket Simulator, maybe. You guys are you're so wild. Thank you. See, they're different here, Nomi. They're different here. That one's $195 here. I think that one's $195. I can't remember. Thank you so much for coming on the raid, Calvin. I appreciate it. I really do. And thank you for following. So welcome in. I am making some spots for some Yoshi eggs. I'm a crocheter. That's the song of my childhood. Dial up. So these are the plushy eggs. So here's what we actually do in here, okay? It's not all just, shenaniganizing. I made these crocheted eggs, and I'm going to put the dots on them. These were all claimed for our Starlight Children's Foundation. And KT, thank you very much for gifting a Tier 1 sub to stream and also for subscribing yourself at Tier 1. Again, seriously, we've hit the 60-40 split requirement 2 months in a row. I have no doubt that we will eventually get to the 300. I'm not in a fat rush. I love this community. I've been so fortunate to be able to do this for a living for the last couple of years, full time, and to be able to take care of my kids. A choice that a lot of women, a lot of parents, not just women, thank you guys for the hype train. A lot of women feel like they have to choose between their career and their family. They feel like they have to choose child rearing or career, meaning they can continue to pursue their careers, but then they'll have to have someone else care for their kids. And really, we should include dads in this conversation, partners of any gender we should include in this conversation. Parents feel like one parent has to stay home and take care of the kids when they're little, or both parents have to work and you have to pay for childcare. And it's such a difficult choice. You're trying to get started yourself. You want to continue staying home with your daughter, but money is tight. Yeah, and you're also a TWG member. I was going to say, your name is familiar. Where else do I know you from? So KT, thank you so much. Thank you for being part of Women's Guild and for your support of the channel. It really means a lot to me. That's really awesome. Yeah, so I have a background in theater. I did have plans to be a professional theater artist. That was what the plan was. And I went to school for it. I was accepted to the Stella Adler Conservatory at New York University, which is a pretty prestigious conservatory program for actors. But my family could not afford the tuition and fees and all the other costs, housing and all of that. I wasn't offered enough financial aid, so I ended up not being able to go. After that, I ended up going to school for theater, but I wasn't happy in Los Angeles at all. And looking back on it, I wish that I had finished my degree, my undergraduate at USC, because I had some great teachers. And we put on wonderful productions, and there were really great actors and wonderful directors, and I had all the resources. It was a really well-funded, really modern program, but I just wasn't feeling Los Angeles, so I left. And it took me a long time to get back to it. I did finish my degree at Portland State University, which is my hometown, but then I kind of just sort of worked in restaurants and didn't really do a whole lot with performing. I met my husband. We had 3 beautiful babies. We've been together for over 15 years now. And it wasn't until I found Twitch that I found a way that I could use those skills and those talents and those passion and fulfill that dream that I'd had from childhood of being a professional entertainer. So I'm so thankful. And we do a lot of stuff for charity. So how does one join the Women's Guild? It is currently closed. Applications, I believe, are closed unless anyone has information to the contrary. Speaking of kids, need to get sleep so you can watch a kiddo tomorrow morning. Watch kiddo. Yes, absolutely. VR, thank you for your raid. Please, stream readers, if you would give our new friend Viara a follow, who raided in tonight and said they've been lurking and hanging out, and I give them, that background noise. I'm usually live in the mornings, my time, so 10 a.m. Pacific or thereabouts, on weekdays when my kids are at school. And I'm able to be here when they get home. And I read them bedtime stories instead of asking, stuffy hipsters in Portland if they want another. Those people help me pay my bills, and yes, I am a recovering hipster. Thanks for asking. Takes one to know one, okay? They're like, yeah, can I have another, I don't know, fill in the blank fancy cocktail? Old fashioned was real popular at the last place I worked at, but what was the one that everybody kept asking me for? Oh yeah, can I have another mezcal Negroni? But could you tell the bartender to just go ahead and go wild and use whatever vermouth he wants in that? Do you hear yourself right now? I mean, yeah, sure. I'll get you a tasty drink. I don't know. Aren't I too young to be a hipster? Talon, do you want something from me? Are you buttering me up, Talon? How old do you think I am? You're not going to offend me. You're not going to offend me. I promise. It's not a trap. It's not a trap. Get the hell out of here, Pegs. Oh, Talon. Yeah, I just had my 29.5th birthday. Yes. That's very sweet. I am sitting here dressed in a chipmunk onesie, so I could see how you might think that. I just turned 45. Gen X, man. We never age. Not like we're supposed to. Are you? Hell yeah. W40's chatter. We love that. High 4.5. But yeah, stream, thank you. Yeah, Twitch has been so good to me. I know you, I'm sure you feel the same. And Women's Guild has been so awesome. Seriously, thank you for spreading the love.
Another one.
Aww.
Literacy and 10 gifted a tier 1 sub to Master.
Yes.
They
Same.
have given
Same, Moonrise.
151 gift subs in
Thank
the
you,
channel.
Ian. Thank you for another one. Thank you for another gift sub. Going out to Nashta this time. Thank you so much. And thank you guys very much for the 33% of level 2 hype train. I'm very appreciative. But yeah, it really has given me opportunities that I don't think I would have otherwise had. Not in this same fashion. So I'm thrilled. Stream, you're awesome. Thank you. Also, do you have anything special coming up? Stream, plug away, please. If there's anything you're doing, like a special event on stream or anything like that. Or, and actually, I shouldn't say or. You don't have to choose between these things. Please also, if you have like a link, you know, your link in bio type site where we can follow you on all your other socials. I forget to ask this, but we always want to give our raiding parties the opportunity to plug their other socials. So please don't hesitate. Good day to all the young old farts. I'm wearing a chipmunk onesie, and have I been wearing this for half an hour? Did we set a timer? I think we forgot. Because we hit some seriously wild goals for our spring stream for Starlight. I'm a Starlight ambassador. We're wrapped up on like incentives and milestones. You can donate to the charity if you want to, but I would encourage you to go to the event page and find someone who's, you know, got their goal bar up front and center and could use the, you know, dopamine boost of, oh my gosh, we hit our goal. You thought you saw 10 minutes about 15 minutes ago. No timer set. I have no idea how long I've been in this onesie. So we rolled this dice like 100,000 times because I made the silly mistake of telling them that if we had a 2 times donation match, if you want to set a 10-minute timer, that's fine with me as long as it's fine with y'all. We had a 2 times donation match several times, and we had overlapping 2 times donation matches. So I was like, okay, I will triple whatever this lands on. So we're not doing this redeem anymore, but we were for a while there for $10 donations. Never underestimate chat is the moral of that story. Thank you for setting that timer. So yeah, if any of you are like, wow, I think she seems great, I'll come back another time. You can always drop a follow. We are getting really close to 8,000 followers. We're at 7,961, which is wild. I, again, never would have thought that I would make it this far with streaming. It was really just kind of on a whim that I started doing it. My husband downloaded Fortnite. I needed help with challenges. I didn't even know streaming was a thing. I found all these people playing video games for a living, and I was like, well, that looks like fun. So here I am today. But yeah, thank you so much for bringing people over. If any of you are crafters, we love to hear about your projects. And we also really love to promote the whole rest of the creative category, the creative subdirectory here. So if you didn't realize there were people doing stuff like crochet, knitting, cross stitch, one of our really good friends and fellow Stream Stars teammates, Pick Stitch, was in here earlier. He is a relentless supporter of women on the platform, and he does a ton of really cool stuff with cross stitch and pixel art. We have Naughty Gnome, who just started out streaming in the last couple of months, but has been like an absolute force to be reckoned with supporting other people in makers and crafting, and does design knitting patterns, but also does crochet. So awesome fiber artist. Get out of here, pigs. Nerf him. Nerf him. Yeah, Pix is amazing. We love Pix. And Pix is just very selfless and always helping other people with their goals. And I have a cross-stitch piece I need to work on from a previous Starlight campaign that Pix designed for us. What else should I tell you? We've been streaming for 5 years. I have 3 kids, 2 cats, 3 dogs. I live in the Pacific Northwest. My husband and I own a comic book, trading card, and TTRPG shop in St. Helens, Oregon called Pantheon Comics and Games. If you're in the area, please stop in and say hello. I did $1,800 in sales by myself in there all day yesterday, which is kind of wild. Friday is Stream's partner anniversary subathon. Let's go. She might have had to step away for a second, but you want to plug her. KT, no, thank you so much for telling us that. That's always such an awesome thing to be able to celebrate. Which anniversary is it for you, Stream? You're on 3D continuous raid chain. You were watching a streamer and lurked and left the computer on. You came back to the tab an hour ago and found it was still going in an unbroken chain of raids. No way. That's unusual. It stops usually at some point with that much time. Still working on a big blanket. Nice, Peppermint Wisp. How are you? Welcome in. Your mom, ex-wife, and a bunch of friends all do various fiber arts. Cool. Hey, I truly believe anyone can do it. There's a really cool page dedicated to this foundation called the Lucky Finn Project. So I'm missing a finger, and this video that I found from them that introduced me to them was of this young man who basically doesn't have any fingers on one of his hands. He might even be missing the whole hand. I can't remember exactly, but he was born that way, if I remember correctly. And he was teaching himself to crochet, and he made like a little amigurumi, which is a stuffed, you know, like a stuffy. So I've done these as speed runs. Poor little. I need to finish my my Princess Guardian, my Hello Kitty Sailor Moon hybrid that Pix very generously bought the pattern for me. So like I'll make Pokeballs and stuff like that. I speed ran this one, so it's not the neatest and best job I've ever done. This one took me 31 minutes, 32.97 seconds. But, or like, you know, little sparkly ghosts and things like that. Doesn't have to be fan art. But this kid made his own little amigurumi, and he only has one hand to hold the hook with. Like, what a boss. What a legend. It's your first partner anniversary. Let's go, stream. Congratulations. Aw, Hogan, thank you for 1 whole year. Thank you, Hogan, for 1 year at Tier 1. Thank you so much, friend. Stream, do you have like a link tree or something like that where people can pop over and follow you on your other socials? I seriously really appreciate you bringing people over. So we just wound down our official push for Starlight Children's Foundation, and actually I have to check the total because you guys have been fooling around over there. I really appreciate it. We're at $10,533.35, which is amazing. Our team, which is Team Stream Stars, is at $72,281.13. So amazing. I really appreciate everybody who has contributed their time and effort as a team member. Anyone who has made a donation anywhere at all. I really do appreciate all of you for supporting what Starlight does. Yes. So this is part of a project to make a Yoshi and the egg. And I was like, well, a Yoshi is something I would only be able to do 1, maybe 2 of them for donors. But I could do eggs, no problem. I thought about adding that as a goal, that one of those people that I would like roll to see if one of those people would win a Yoshi. You're off to bed. Naughty Gnome, you're amazing. We love you. Thank you for everything you do. All the air horns. Okay, so that link is to a free pattern. It is a free pattern if you want to make this yourself. But I didn't want to sign myself up for too much because, you know, it gets out of hand rather quickly with you guys because you're so generous. Hashtag blame chat. But we have a 1000 Dreams Fund fundraiser. We have a big table fundraiser, and we have a Starlight fundraiser. And what I'd like to do is just focus on some stuff that we need to do for streaming and stability of my income. Because, you know, my husband's the pragmatist, and I need to get YouTube better situated. And I need to start streaming on Live Space some more. And I need to figure out how to do that efficiently and how to get people to come over and hang out over there. Because I love Twitch and it will always be my content creation home. But, you know, if you want to do this for a living, you have to make sure you're putting yourself out there in a variety of ways and on a variety of platforms. So 99 Nomi, sleep well, friend. Hashtag blame streamer. Okay, whatever. You've gotten good at knowing when I'm going to press the air horn so you can turn the volume down. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Ooh, that's another one that I needed to turn off on. See, I didn't even think about this, and we have all of these.
Awesome cause.
Wow, seriously, thank you so much. Marine's blood, go get some rest, please. Exclamation point, nice. And FTKs, exclamation point, FTKs. Thank you so much. It really is, honestly. Like, even though we're not actively fundraising, which is, you know, I mean, but I love Starlight so much. This is what they do. Your $10 that you just donated provides 10 kids access to Starlight VR, which is so amazing. $20 can provide 20 hours of play on a Starlight gaming station. $40 can provide a Starlight hospital gown. $50 helps ship toys, books, and more to hospitals. $200. Slow down, slideshow. I wasn't done yet. $200 is a custom wagon. $500 provides toys, arts and crafts, and more to 500 plus kids diagnosed with cancer. $1,000 can provide 40 back-to-school backpacks full of school supplies. $1,600 can fund a Starlight Nintendo Switch handheld. Those are doubled this campaign. $5,000 funds a Starlight Nintendo gaming station. $5,000 is a gaming station. We have hit that twice this campaign. We've funded 2 of these. I'm so thankful. They do. They do have a presence in Australia and maybe also New Zealand. But I know for sure they have a presence in Australia, and they also do in the UK. And my neighbor across the street, her child, unfortunately, has some issues with his ears, and he's in and out of the hospital. And he goes to a children's hospital not far from us that we have delivered gaming to. So that's really super awesome. Not to mention, not just gaming, but the comfortable custom hospital gowns. These hospital gowns are designed with kids in mind, with side ties for full coverage. They're a really nice, soft, comfortable fabric. I've actually touched these in person. Watching Blapple watch my raid video is glorious. Oh my god, pics. Sleeves with snaps for convenient access during procedures. How many minutes in is she? Oh my god. Dozens of fun designs, some of them with really cool characters. Ads in approximately 3 minutes. Timer is up. Thank you. This is the handheld system, which is a Switch Lite and has a self-charging case. All of these items are certified hospital grade and completely wipeable, so we're not transmitting germs from one patient to the next or from their family members. They all of the gaming has a lifetime warranty through Nintendo, the handhelds and the gaming rigs. The wagons are amazing. Kids get to sleep in them if they want to. They fold up, they're compact, so they don't take up too much space in the hospital. Again, they can clean them, they can sanitize them in between uses. Oh, Bells, thank you. And the VR, which is so incredibly important. It helps distract from procedures. It makes it so that the kids don't always need sedation. Thank you for the follow, Slowpoke. I really appreciate that. We are awful close to 8K followers. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate it. So even though I'm not... Aw, and thank you, TD Fox. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your first time raider chat. So speaking of the raid video, we need to do that for you guys. Welcome in, everybody. I'm 9.5, and no, you would not normally see me wearing a chipmunk onesie. And in fact, it's time to take the chipmunk onesie off. Time to say bye-bye to the chipmunk onesie. A regular glazed donut. You know I love those. That's my favorite. I have to change onesies. You know how many onesies I owe chat because of charity? Thank you so much, Bells, for bringing people over. I really appreciate you. I hope you had a great stream. What were you working on stream? You're glad to have seen it. Oh, I have a bunch of onesies. We're getting straight into another one. Don't worry. Was that my cat? That was the weirdest noise. I thought it came from stream for a second. I was like, what is the deal? Meow. She just made a really freaky noise. Maybe there's something. Maybe she sees something. She gets like that when she sees spiders. You were working on your book tonight, so it was just a cozy writing stream. Awesome. There was a fart noise on stream. Oh my goodness. There's always a fart noise. When is there not fart noises on stream? So welcome in, everybody. We're really happy to have you. Thank you so much, Bells. I really, really appreciate you. We just got a raid from Stream as well. Stream readers, if you're still here hanging out, please follow our friend Bells, who does a lot of art on stream and some writing, and has been a super duper supportive, awesome friend of the channel for quite a while. Also very close to 800 followers and a fellow member of Team Mocha Loco. We're on a bunch of teams. No, you can leave the ads. Readers, thank you for staying through ads. I'm sorry, we have a 3-minute ad break coming up, and I'm going to step away to go change into the onesie. So please stick around. We're working on some Yoshi eggs for donors to our Starlight Children's Foundation campaign. I need to go change onesies. I will be right back. I'm also going to refill my drink. So I'll be gone for just a couple minutes. Thank you so much for staying. I really do appreciate it. If you don't have a sub, you might get a 3-minute long ad break. I know that seems like a lot of ads. We do that to turn off pre-rolls for the following hour so that anyone new checking out the stream gives you 3 minutes to get situated. Yeah. Anyone new checking out the stream doesn't get hit with those ads. And of course, I understand that not everybody can afford to subscribe to every single streamer that they like to watch. Turbo is an option. But if you do subscribe, it does turn off the ads. It's very much appreciated. However, I'm just happy that you're here. You personally love the ads. Some people really like them. Hey, if the ad is creative, I don't mind watching it at all. It's just I have no control over what ads you get shown. I don't know what products they're going to show you. And I have no relationship with the advertisers. But you know, it's one of the ways that Twitch supports itself, and it does support streamers, so thank you for staying through them. I will be right back.
Wow. Wow.
Oh no. I've been rickrolled. You rickrolled me. We're no strangers to no. Ooh. I have it on backwards! I have it on backwards!
Yes.
That's right, get wrecked, cancer!
Wait. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Clip this.
Buttspot is not explainable. Your wife loves fart humor too, so you're used to it. This is for your wife. Please clip that and make sure you send it to her. That was perfect. That was perfect. Right at the end. Next order of business.
Home from work and ready to stab some duders. Yeah, teal appeal. Oh, get hyped to stab some duders. Yeah. Yes. No. All right. And now I'm a cheetah. Just like that, chat. Oh, that's so sweet. I really appreciate you, Bells. Yes, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. Do we have anybody else from the team who has a shirt? Blapple still has a shirt going, right? Oh my goodness, how many of these have I made? Please don't tell me I don't have any more of this green yarn. I'm going to be so upset. Okay, that's 11. Oh man, I don't know, bag of donuts. Ooh, thank you, Miro. Yes, but I think I'm okay until about 1 o'clock my time. So like 45 minutes from now. Oh, are you kidding me? Absolutely, Talon. Absolutely there is. There are several doom piles just out of view. You can kind of see them if I go to the full room view. Yes, multiple doom piles. Actually, chat got me some storage from Throne, and I need to see if I can get those same exact ones, because now, of course, I can't find the size. It was a 69 quart. I got it because I put it in there because it was a 69 quart container. Neuro spicy with a doom pile? Never heard of it. Hello. Speaking of doom and fiber arts and fun and people who I love and admire. Hello, Chimera, and also Chimera. Let's combine forces with Blapple and Devin from Starlight, who both Blapple doesn't want to play Fort. Doom. Like, I am doomed to pile things up on the side of my desk that I don't use as frequently. On both sides of the desk, off to the side of where you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, my desk is a mess. And it would take me all of like probably maybe, well, at this point it would probably take me like maybe an hour to like an hour and a half to clean it all. But like if I would just spend 10 to 15 minutes tidying in here every day, it wouldn't get like this. Like the video game, yes. Like the Doom song, exactly. Did someone say play Fort? Yes. Wait, Katie. I was like, why is this name so familiar to me? Because we've been talking in the Discord, in the women's league, in the women's guild Discord, about the like find your dream duo partner thing. No, I hadn't said anything yet, but I will also, well, I guess I should have stopped before saying anything to ask you if it's okay to talk about it. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. Promo away, please. Promo away. So on the 20th, I'm gonna be participating in, did I hear secrets? Secrets are no fun. Secrets hurt someone. Well, so what this is like you try out, basically. Well, I wasn't 100% sure. So ooh, I just saw your thing from like 10 minutes ago. I'm in there like swimwear. Your rules are amazing. I don't think I'm following you yet. Get followed, nerd. Can we shout out Katie Spills, please? Okay, so on the 20th, which is Wednesday, which works well because that's a day when I'm done with my afternoon obligations earlier, at 5:25 my time. We're going to be participating in this showcase, right? So there's like a Fortnite star, but we don't know who it is yet, do we? That part is a surprise. 8 competitors will compete to become our Fortnite Stars Dream Duo. Our guests will get to try and show off their skills, face elimination, and work to become the Dream Duo with our star. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. We can do Lego Fort if you want. I bet you Blapple would probably prefer Lego Fort too, but I'm going to make Blapple play at least a couple of rounds of Battle Royale. Because I wasn't actually sure if we were participating in it until earlier today or maybe the day before. I guess it would be like yesterday now. And that's my fault for not staying on top of my stuff in Discord because I had indicated I would be interested. And then we just had so much stuff going on with Starlight. And I'm glad that I saw you pinging me about, hey, are you still interested? Oh my goodness, Miro. He's trying to keep me on track with things. He's like, how are we supposed to help you if you don't tell us what's going on? Yeah. Hey, you guys, I will appreciate any of you that are able to come. And if you can't make it, that is okay. I'll say that again for the bots in the back. If for some reason you can't make it to this, please do not stress. It'll be a lot of fun and there will be a VOD. Featuring 8 Twitch Women's Guild members and other female identifying creators. Very cool. It's awesome that you're organizing something like this. It should be fun. So are you not revealing who it is until then? Is it going to be a mystery? Will it remain a mystery? What if it's cosmic? So, Bells, I think they might open up applications at some point this month. The number one thing you have to do is make sure that you fill out the streamer survey in your dashboard. If you are interested in opportunities like this, like the guilds and stuff like that, like the Together for Legendary Women shelf, you have to fill out that streamer survey. No worries, Katie. It matters not to me. I enjoy the game. I think it's really fun. I do have a somewhat unorthodox approach to the game at times. My driving skills in particular. Sometimes I'm just really upset because my preferred mode of transport in the game is to drive a boat on land. Don't knock it till you've tried it, especially... No way. No way. Twinsies. We did. We just became best friends. Land boat forever. Nobody suspects the land boat. It's true. What are they doing? They're driving a boat across the map, but they're not in the water. And then you get the crash pads. You get the crash pads and you throw them in front of the boat and the boat flies in the air. It's the best thing ever. Yes, I have driven a car through a rift. In fact, you know what else I did? Do you know that, did you have the challenge last season where you had to get like 150, I'm so mad I didn't do this on stream. I did it off stream. You know, where you had to get like 150,000 trick points on a motorcycle. And I was trying so hard to do it, jumping off of mountains and stuff. Mm-hmm. Do you know how I did it? I rifted. Because you stay on the bike. And I was just flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping. I think I ended up with like 185,000 points. It was so amazing. It was so much fun. Well, you'll have to add me if you want to play sometime, Katie. No pressure, of course. Actually, you know what? I think I have my invites closed at the moment. I should open them back up. I close them sometimes when I'm on stream because you know how it is. There's children. I think it's funny to send friend requests with offensive usernames and you're like, oh, haha. Yes. Yes. Such a fantastic use of your time and energy. Pro strats, easy clip. Well, it's not even me safe. It's that I don't want, I mean, and yes, but I don't want my viewers to have to see that garbage, you know? It's like, look, I'm Gen X and I've worked in restaurants for almost 3 decades. You're not bothering me. I truly do feel sorry for you and wish you would get a hobby, a constructive one. You know, I'm sorry that somebody in your life failed you, so you think this is okay. But all right, it's hard. I know some people it really is meant to be a joke and they don't think that they're doing anything wrong. But other people, I think they truly desire to cause another person anguish. But even if it's just carelessness with other people's feelings, it's kind of garbage behavior. So I heard my kid yelling some unsavory words at somebody in a game today, and I was like, "Nee." Oh my gosh, 3 more big spots to go, you guys. 3 more big spots to go. You did it without the rift. You found a launch pad on the 2nd tallest mountain. Ooh, you drove your bike onto a launch pad. God, you guys, we have to stop talking about Fortnite. I have to go to bed soon. I cannot be firing up Fortnite right now. Shut up. I can hear you. Why aren't you needle felting them? Aw, why aren't you needle felting them? Did Nerd Alert get removed? You know what? We might have a few things that did not get activated again after the comic book shop stream the other day. So let me check that for you real quick. Yeah, there's a bunch of them in here. You're the only one that uses it, Bells. Thank you for that. Wow, I can't believe people weren't rioting about no corn, no... You guys are too nice. Yeah, it is late, especially for people that haven't been to bed yet. Or is that early? Chimera, sleep well, friend. We'll figure out a time. Blapple's asking me when we want to do it. What works best for you? Wait, maybe we need to start a convo. Or did I do that already? I don't think I did. True, that is a good idea. Your DM. I am not friends with Blapple. Wow. Bells, if you refresh it, should be there. It wasn't for any reason other than that I was using the laptop. And I just neglected to turn that stuff back on after I got, you got distracted by Buttspot's fotsies. Twinsies, fotsies. Yeah, so that'll be fun. I guess I didn't ask you, KT, if we're supposed to be like prepared to stick around after that for like a while. Maybe there's more info in your Discord server and that's why you invited people to join it. And I should go read that info. You're headed off to bed, bag of donuts. Hey, sleep well. Have sweet raspberry filled and maple glazed dreams. Thanks for hanging out with us again, bag of donuts. You're awesome. Appreciate you. I would absolutely crush like 2 or 3 raised glazed donuts right now. Absolutely crush them. I only get a sweet tooth really badly at night. And I usually satisfy it. I'd rather satisfy it with something like cereal, which like still has sugar in it, but it's not as heavy on the sugar. Aw, thanks. I'm just, you know, I'm all right. I'm okay. What? I didn't say I was... I'm all right. I'm like, you know, maybe I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but so what? Yeah, it's hard. I got
This is a
spoiled
nerd
yesterday. Jomsy is a singer, voice actor, and time thief. Huh? Time spent in his chat is time well spent. He's a sweet being who is encouraging and kind. He's also the creator of some hilarious phone prank sound bites. Okay. Aw, Moonrise Rabbit. That's very sweet. See? You see what I did there? It's, you know, it's okay. I don't expect, you know, everyone to love me. I had some classmates in school very early in my life who made sure I learned the lesson that some people you just aren't going to get along with. You may or may not have some sound bites from him that you can get trolled with. Thank you for shouting out Jomsy. If you guys would give Jomsy a follow. Is this a Mocha Loco? I need to catch up on who all is on the team now. We've had some new additions. Is Jomsy a Moco? I don't get the chance to hang out in their chat as much as I'd like. Oh, right on. Very cool. I'll keep an eye out. Oh, cool. Well, that, hey, it doesn't matter. That's not, you know, I only ask that because it's hard. People will raid and they're like, I'm a Moco. And I'm like, I probably should know that. Aw, thanks, bag of donuts. Well, that includes you, bag of donuts. That includes you. I'm just sorry that there was so much, you know, nonsense and stuff without even getting into it, you know, just glad that it seems to be over and hopefully they have an idea of who was behind all that nonsense. It was really bad. But they wouldn't want to focus on it either. I'm sure they don't want to focus on it. You know, it's like, all right, we're doing what we can do. We've got Twitch involved and moving right along. On Team Moco Loco, a lot. Yes, please go get your rest. You really need that, okay? Have a good one. We'll see you again real soon. May your bag of donuts ever be full. And the distance from one shop to the next, short. All the things that needed to be done have been done. Excellent. Yeah, it's up there. It's a lot. But they do take the time to be thoughtful about like who all they add as team members and stuff like that. They're awesome. I wish I could be more involved. Sometimes I feel guilty that like I don't spend enough time in their channel or in their Discord. It'll be hard to keep up, and you have I have your chaos to deal with, so it not being in the forefront of my mind makes complete sense. Start coming up with some really crazy ones like anchovy and salted caramel. Actually, do you know that's not far off from a flavor of ice cream I tried one time that was fish sauce and salted caramel, and it was pretty darn good. I gotta say, you wouldn't think that would be good. So what now? Yeah. You just double check. The team is up to 150 exactly. Wow. That is so funny. It was pretty good. Liquid salt. Yeah. Soy sauce is pretty good with caramel too. There's just, it's that like umami. It sounded like you need to go to bed. I need 2 more. You guys think I can make 2 more of these in the 20 minutes we have left? Donut of the day, onion and garlic donut. It sounds like a bagel, right? Your favorite personal favorite land boat moment was back when Fort had 50v50. It's a mode now, but it's not the same thing at this point. No, it's called Team Rumble. But that's how I met my Fortnite child. Team was losing and suddenly a squad of 4 showed up in the middle of Dusty Divot via boat and Leroy Jenkins' team audio was on. It was glorious. Oh my goodness. Oh baby. Oh baby. Oh baby. The kitty's behind me. You guys want to see the kitty? She puts up with that. That's not her favorite. She's probably going to leave now. Yep. She's like, you've offended me with your love. She can't. She just can't. She's so funny. So about once a month, I will be doing something in my room. And she'll be like, you better drop whatever it is that you're doing and you better pet me. And I don't mean like, just give me a nice little like pat pat. I mean like, I demand a full 10-minute petting session. And I'm going to roll around and flop on the bed and look all cute. And every time you think you're going to be able to walk away, I'm going to be like, no. And that happened today. And I was just like, I have to take it where I can get it because she's just not interested usually. I know she doesn't care. She cares not. She cares not for my human folly, Miro. She really does not care. Unless there's food involved or whatever. And she loves to sit behind me in my chair. She loves to sit behind me in my chair. Cat is gonna cat. It's true. Cat will not explain cat, but cat will cat. Yep. Butt spot. No worries, Mason. Enjoy. Cat will also fart, and it will sometimes clear the room. Yeah. Especially when they're kittens. Yes, enjoy yourself, Mason. And thank you for lurking. I really do appreciate it. Well, I'm excited for that. It should be fun. That's Wednesday at about 5:25. For the Fortnite thing. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. That's really funny. All right, timer's up. I'm not actually going to take it off. I'm going to just leave it on until I'm done because it makes no sense to get up. I want to see if I can get all of these large spots done. So what is it that you're writing, Bells? Tell us more about your writing. Are there any places where people can read stuff that you've written on the interwebs? Do you have any books for sale or anything like that? You'll keep it very PG. But you're writing an urban fantasy romance. Cool. Or do you have a thing set up where people get like access to the stories at all? Like a Patreon or that kind of thing? Based off myths being real and living hidden alongside the modern world. Very cool. Any particular myths or a selection of them? Or I've always thought Selkies were pretty cool. Kind of an interesting, sort of freaky. There's a movie called The Secret of Rowan and Ish. And it's about this Irish family where the lore is that one of their family members was actually a Selkie, which is this Irish mythological creature. And they're like seals, but they turn into people. Basically, that's a very like, I think, I don't remember exactly all of it, but the film is pretty good. I hear the dogs messing with each other upstairs. You're going with, if it's a myth, it exists in this world. Ah. You do your homework and you pull myths from all over the world. Right now you have Greek myths, myths about elves and dragons, but there's more that you haven't filled in. Sure. That's cool though. Right now in Fortnite you can pick up weapons that are things like Zeus's thunderbolt or the wings of Icarus. Gotta be careful with those wings. You fly too high and you'll fall down and go boom. You do have a link. Okay, cool. Yeah, plug away. Thank you again for rating. No. I understand. That's totally okay. We don't... we read out to channels that aren't PG, aren't PG-13. You know, I always try to give people a heads up and everything, but the platform itself is, if you ask me, a lot closer to like, I am a little hesitant to have my, he hasn't really asked me yet. He's more into YouTube. Not that the stuff that he watches on YouTube is any better a lot of the time. But my 14-year-old, it's like, you know, I wouldn't want him streaming by himself on this platform either. And it's not even as bad as some of the other ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. This is the last one. Yeah, let us know before you post the link that you're ready so that you don't get bopped by the bot, because posting links in the chat is a sub perk. Cool. All right. Yeah, even if I didn't have to get up in the morning, I would be about ready to be done crocheting for tonight after this. Because I've been having a little bit of hand pain And I actually don't know where my gloves are. I took them with me to the shop. So I think they might be... Ooh, wait. Oh,
Thanks to
hey.
AtCo1McGill for my sub gift. Let's get some riotous hype for Conan and Miro.
Oh, what's up, Impact? Thank you, Conan, for that 1 whole year of tier 1 for Impact. I really appreciate it, Conan. Thank you. I don't know if Conan can hear me, but how's it going, Impact? Welcome back, courtesy of Conan, for 14 months. Hope you're having a good time zone. I know I keep every time that I scooch backwards or do anything on my keyboard, it's hard. This is the default position for me to crochet in, is with my hands. And it doesn't matter how long I've been doing this. This is where it feels comfortable, is right here. Not over the desk. And I don't know what the solution to this problem is, but I feel like it's just a constant struggle for me to remember to keep my hands over the desk. Because if I have a camera angled back towards my body like this, you know, then I'm exposing my keyboard anytime I need to type on it. And not to mention, not that I'm worried about it necessarily most of the time. You know, it sucks to have to think this way, but then I have a camera pointed at my chest. And not that chests are a problem as long as they are, you know, the people who are attached to them are following toss. And I don't wear shirts that would, you know, reveal too much, generally speaking, but... The what? No, I haven't heard anything, and I need to reach out to them again and be like, hey, I still haven't heard anything. I haven't received it. You know, it's a 3D printed thing, so... Oh, yeah, the neck thing. That never showed up either. What if it wasn't Impact? What would you do then? What would you do then, Impact? Or what if one day I just decided that Riot wasn't a thing that I wanted people to be able to do in here? What if one day I said, you know what? We're a peace-loving community. And we don't need riots. It's very calm in here. There's never any chaos. No one's ever lighting anything on fire. Then it's a quiet riot. Yeah, I'll reach out to them again, and I'll also mention snooze them. Please. Thank you, Miro. We get some mod love in the chat, please. We love you, moderators. The internet's a cesspool. And you guys keep us from the haters. Mods. You carry a big heavy green sword, and sometimes you have to swing it at people, but you try not to do that because you want everybody to have a good time. But some people, they just seem like they're hell-bent on not having a good time, and they want to make it so other people don't have a good time. Why do those people suck? Why do they suck so bad? What's wrong with them anyways? Why do they suck? Why do they suck so bad? I try not to let it get to me, but sometimes it makes me really, really mad. You have a pre-approved hater. All the rest must go through the bouncer. Yes, indeed. My crochet brings all the trolls to the yard. Not really. Thankfully, we don't have too much trouble with that in here. Meow. Oh, did you decide to come back? Meow. Brr. 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 Meow. Okay, Miss Kitty. Right behind me. Love you too, Miss Kitty. Is your spot? So she like doesn't mind if I pet her while she's back there, but she doesn't want to be picked up. But you're sure a lot of it is due to a really good setup in regard to who can actually participate in chat. Yeah, when I got selected for that Together for Legendary Women, they asked us to dial up a couple of things, which at first I was a little bit worried about, but then I saw you can make it, because I was only worried about like, well, what if anybody who's already an established community member doesn't fit these requirements for some reason? And then I saw you can make it so that VIPs and I think maybe subs or something like that, that those rule sets do not apply to them. I did think about bumping up the raid requirement, but I am glad I didn't, only because I don't think that that has been an issue, other than, you know, we've had a couple of people who have raided in and they're raiding with one viewer and staying live or whatever, and it's clear that they are just looking for a shout out and they're not actually streaming. But even those have not happened all that much. So as annoying as it can be, I use it as a teaching moment, because I think some people genuinely don't understand, and you never know, you might help someone who isn't a bad person, they just haven't stopped to think about that sort of stuff. Those rules aren't so strict, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Excellent. A lot of ends. All right, that's all the big spots done. So I'm going to put them aside. With the eggs inside of the Starlight box. I have 2 small spots already done. I don't need to make as many of these. You only need 2 small spots and 3 large ones per egg. So I need 8 more small spots. And then I'll be able to sew them on to put these. Over here in my drawer. I'll be able to sew them onto the egg. Yeah, if you would. Thank you. Not to mention the increasing amount of Twitch bugs where it says there's only 1 viewer, but there's like 10 people that rated in with them. Yeah, I've noticed that happening. And how disappointing is that for someone who's starting out and who may already, they shouldn't be self-conscious about the size of their raid. But they might be a little bit like, oh, I'm really small and maybe this person isn't going to care. And, we should always, if it's a legitimate raid, we should always be welcoming and kind to people. They had choices where they took, even if it is just 1 viewer, they had choices where they could take that raid and that energy of wanting to support another person. But the problem with it is there's people who will abuse the fact that you can raid even though you're not live, or raid and stay live in the hopes of people coming over to check out your stream when you get a shout out and seeing that you're live and then maybe staying. Both of those things are not an effective way to build a meaningful relationship with viewers. They're just not. So, spend time in someone's stream, enjoy their content. When you have an opportunity, raid in and they'll go, oh, wow, you've been hanging out here and I didn't even know you streamed. And you never know. I mean, sometimes people go ahead and ask. I've asked out of the blue if people stream. I don't ask every single person who comes in and says hello or follows if they stream. But sometimes it'll occur to me, or I'll see something in their name, or they'll use one of their own emotes or something, and I'll decide I'm going to bring it up. But you have to wait, and I know that's so hard for people. I have raided into people's channels. Yeah, speaking of, here, I got it. I have raided into people's channels, and probably we're going to need the last snooze, so I just went ahead and did it. I've raided into people's channels, and they've been like, I had no idea you streamed. And I'm like, unless you ask me directly, it's not pertinent information. And it's not like I'm like afraid for people to find out that I stream. Obviously now there's a check mark next to my name. And so unless I've done something in their channel that replaces my check mark with a different badge, and sometimes I am too lazy. I'm talking about before that, but I'm too lazy sometimes to switch it back. And then if Science is in the same chat, he'll scream at me, what are you doing? You need to turn that purple checkmark on right now. It's so funny. Speaking of Science, you know that Science shouts me out all the time, even when I'm not active in his chat. Do you know that? And do you know what a great friend he is? He and Lita both. And what an awesome thing they're doing for the platform and helping people find a love of science and feel like it's accessible and fun and enjoyable, and like they get to be a part of the conversation even if they don't have like a PhD in molecular biology. They're both they have very legitimate, very high level credentials. And they are also, yes, Miro, incredibly wholesome, friendly people. I really hope they get ambassador. I think that the platform needs more and more and more people like them who see the potential in live content for giving people a window into these things that were gate-kept from them and they wanted to enjoy them, but they just ended up not feeling like they belonged or that their questions were valid or any of that. So they're super awesome. Please do give them a follow. You owe them a Petoskey stone. Michigan fossil found all over the state due to the way the glacier formed. Oh, cool. Yeah, they're really amazing. So please do give them a follow. They are super, super sweet people. And they have an adorable baby girl. Just adorable. Plus like 5 cats. It's crazy. Marco, what's up? Michigan. Hashtag go Bucks. I'm gonna pick a raid target before we start arguing about sports. Why are people still talking about stripper poles for Amish? You were lurking and heard Michigan. You had to put in your 2 cents. My crochet brings all the trolls to the yard. Okay. So what all is going on? We're going to do this Fortnite thing on Wednesday afternoon. We don't have any other fundraisers necessarily scheduled until possibly Play Live, but I've been thinking about Play Live. I don't know. I mean, I really do enjoy the camaraderie with my St. Jude friends and doing Play Live every year. We've done Play Live every single year since 2019. Registration starts in April. Hey, TD, what's up? It starts in April. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to Summit this year. I can't. To St. Jude Summit. Oh, we've done Play Live every single April and May for 5 years. And if we do it, I will probably schedule 1 week in May. I can't do it in April, in fact. And basically what we'll be doing is setting up a Play Live fundraiser to accept donations for St. Jude as one of our charities. And then we'll do a very very chill. It's like, oh, maybe it'll even just be 1 day. Imagine me doing a single day fundraiser. Can you imagine, chat? Imagine. A single day fundraiser. What? Okay, so I know. A 1 day affair. Blapple is live. Should we go harass Blapple? Let's go harass Blapple. Let's go ask Blapple to watch the raid video again. How much for another raid video, Blapple?
Just do it!
Black Apple Creative is one of the co-captains of Team Stream Stars. Really awesome friend of the channel. Lives in Australia and has done really awesome things for our team. Does have a fundraiser set up if you feel like donating to it. I'm sure that she would not be upset about that. I really love Blapple. We have this playful back and forth, oh, I hate your raid video and all that stuff. But really it's just that Blapple wishes that she can watch my raid video all of the time. So go over there and ask her how much for another raid video. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Huge shout out to Captain Fluffy Bubbles again. Did not need to do that here. So incredibly kind. I really appreciate it. We will keep the campaign open and accepting donations to the end of the month. Yes, Fart. Please do something nice for yourselves between now and the next time that I see you, okay? Because self-care is super important. I'm off to bed to go get some much needed rest. I will see you guys tomorrow after I get the kids off to school. I try to get on early because I do have to be off by 2. Thank you very, very much. Thanks, Bells. I appreciate you. Thank you to all our rating parties, and huge shout out and thanks and love and all of the amazing hype and mod love emotes that you have for our mods. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for everything you do for us. I'll see you guys over there. Thank you. Bye.